of stops these triangle invasions. I think Spirit might be able to take it, but I'm leaning towards Nigma as well.
Leaning towards Nigma. All right, well, let's get right into the action. This is going to be the last game of the day. Let's get it started.
Mang nặng quá. Không sao, winnable guys.
Prepare for battle.
This is also the last time we'll be casting together, so we're very sorry in advance.
I'm glad you're apologizing.
Very, very apologetic. I do want to say one thing that 5 to 6 people in chat will understand. Congratulations to the Phoenix Suns for 4-2ing, destroying the most toxic franchise in NBA history, the Los Angeles Lakers. Jenkins, aren't you really happy about that?
No, I wish you would stop mentioning sports.
This is a sport as well. They're all connected.
This is a good sport.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, we're going to see some early action again. Looks like Mira takes the brunt of the damage, but a very nice stun on multiple heroes there. But Mira, yeah, will be taken out by Mind Control's Rebuke. So they're going to get first blood for themselves as they scurry up the high ground. Another Impale onto 3 heroes, in fact. And looks like it'll break things up there. So TSpirit getting the worst of that, obviously. And what's up with all these like early level 1 fights?
I was gonna say that more often than not, there's some first blood before the game even starts. I mean, I suppose that the nighttime and getting wards down is just so damn good.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, ever since they changed it to be nighttime, it's just amplified all the early action.
And then
the awesome.
The bounties too in the river helps.
Yep, true that. True that.
Begins.
All right, Kuroki. Yeah, you don't want to fight against Viper. Level 1 poison attack. Oh, all right.
Okay, I don't.
Good attempt.
He tried.
Good effort, as they say.
I don't know if you want to start with that ability though. That kind of sucks.
That's true. Yeah.
That's gonna make the lane pretty hard. I mean, up against the Viper too. This is already a really tough lane for Ursa.
I believe TSpirit got 3 out of 4 of those bounties, Jenkins. Very, very important.
Wait a minute. Oh, Nigma are tri-laning, it looks like. It's actually try top.
Wow. Is this, we've been transported to another time, but it's Viper tri-lane, which I don't know if I've ever seen before.
Wait, okay, so do you start with Q on Viper then? Okay, so you do. Kuroki, oh, he did not expect a tri-lane.
Kuro, Impale with the slow from Collapse. This will be very easy cleanup duty for TSpirit. Yeah, I mean, who do you give the advantage to TSpirit in this weird tri-lane?
Well, yeah, I mean, definitely. You have a Phoenix that has Q first. Right. I don't know what Phoenix is supposed to do.
Oh, the courier will survive. You're not able to get that second right click needed. Yeah, this is, I mean, what's the thought process here? Because both teams did it.
I mean, this is kind of...
Did they read each other perfectly or the opposite?
This is kind of cool. I mean, I guess it's that you can solo the Mars or the Sven versus the Mars fairly easily. Set up the Viper to have a good lane, because I think if the Viper has some levels, it just dumpsters Ursa. It's this kiting toxic hero in lane.
GH. All right. Thankfully, he did have dive.
Yes, of course.
Be able to get away from that. But yeah, definitely I mean, despite giving up first blood, TSpirit in this top lane are doing quite well. I mean, this is obviously extremely early on, but GH obviously doesn't have dive now, but the trees have given so much access to be able to just get the hell out of here. I'm going to try to wrap around Miposhka. Still needs 2, maybe even 3 right clicks, but with Mira's help, yeah, should be able to find that. I mean, what does Nigma need to do to kind of recover from this very early stage? We're seeing the tri-lane is now being dispersed completely.
Yeah, both sides have dispersed this. I mean, I think Ursa's going to suffer a lot from this. Once again, the Viper just does so well against Ursa in lane, generally speaking, which presumably is why Nigma wanted to give the early levels, or the early tri-lane. I mean, look at him just getting completely zoned here. He's going to need a lot of salves from GH here.
Yeah, and I like what the panel was talking about in terms of not having really an accelerant for Ursa to farm, because I mean, there was a stage where we saw Battle Fury pretty much every game on Ursa, and that was kind of the way to play the hero, but it feels maybe with this diffusal build, you're not going to be able to ramp up as fast as a Sven.
All right, your accelerant is killing Warlock in every single fight, and he just literally cannot do anything to diffusal Ursa.
Okay.
That's how you accelerate.
I mean, how much is that actually worth?
Probably not that much, eventually.
All right, Sven will still outfarm somebody killing their Warlock over and over, I feel like.
that is true. Yep, I do think, though, there's a good amount of kite for the Sven, but on the other side, there's a lot of kite for the Ursa. So both of these carries, it could look... teamfights could look rough.
Mira on the wrong side of the river here, trying to go for that courier, but Nyx's right clicks are not particularly great for
Kinda
that.
sad.
Yeah, he's just gonna get surrounded by the bear claw, as it were. You have those in Canada?
Yes, we do have those. They're
Delicious.
very delicious.
Thank you.
I did not compliment you. Do not say thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
Okay.
I mean, we've seen some Viper off lane. It feels like the reason I really like this hero, especially from the NA region, Jenkins, it feels like a big flex. Like you just pick this hero that kind of counters a bunch. Like you have the Nether Toxin for Mars to be able to make him just super squishy in the mid to late game. But you can just play it off lane or potentially mid. We've seen so many people play it mid.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the Ancient Apparition. You just deny so much out of the pool that it feels like a really nice hero to have in the game. And it, like you said, if it does get countered and it looks like a terrible mid-Viper game, you just run it on your offlaner. It's like a question of who can play it, who's comfortable with it. And I think the Boots of Travel build is probably the best build on it, no matter what role you're in. Otherwise, he feels just too damn slow. Like, you literally cannot get places and do things on Viper if you don't have bots.
And Miracle on the Windrunner. Off to a very good start in terms of CS. Probably half a level up right now on Toyoko. Toronto Tokyo. God, this name, it's actually too much. I need to know the lore behind this name, honestly. It just absolutely makes no sense. Does he live one place and born another? Is that
I
how
think
it
so,
works?
yeah. He was born in Toronto and lives in Tokyo.
Radiant's
Okay,
turret
sure. Oh
has
man,
been
that was
killed.
really close to getting a kill there. But in the top lane, we're gonna have some action. The other Toxin was
Dire's
placed.
middle
Collapse
tower
getting
is
mana
under
drained,
attack.
and GH kind of stuck in a corner here, so that'll be a freebie for Collapse. And Impale gonna connect on the bear. Collapse with the right clicks, very good against any melee hero, obviously. And with that Shadow Word applied, that's a double kill for Collapse. And I mean, he already got off to a pretty good start. This is even better now.
He has a full urn too, with 2 urn charges. Like, as if he wasn't pumping out enough damage. It's so good to get an early urn like this where you can actually have it for the tail end of the laning phase, because it's way more damage than any hero can deal with at this point in the game.
The Rebuke bottom. Toro has to put out a Stormhammer. Mind Control. Doesn't have Spear for another 4 seconds, but if he can find it in time, that'll be a definite kill. There's TP support's coming, but yeah, the Spear is just way too much. Mira not able to hit the Impale in the meantime. Michael Gross is going to TP out.
Wow, just a solo v solo kill. That's huge.
I mean, it is. I mean, Mars is one of the best laners in the game, and he was left alone essentially in a 1v1 for the most part, right? So, I mean, are you surprised by that? Because Sven, I mean, you can find kills with him, you can go farm, but in the lane against the Mars.
I mean, Sven's a pretty tanky boy. You can cleave out the wave too. Mars is physical damage, so I don't know. I wouldn't really necessarily expect that. I think Mind Control just outplaying.
Or spike from Kuroki, trying to get some pressure on the runes here, but it will be bottom, so Mr. Miracle will be able to get that Arcane rune for himself. And what's the kind of build that you would like to see on the Windranger and the Void Spirit? Because especially with the Void Spirit, I feel like we just see so many varying builds, like the Yules and Aether Remnant, something like that, or maybe more physical.
This is like the best Yules game ever. You can Yules off the Windrunner's Windrun, and then Ursa, the Yules obviously isn't affected by the status resistance. Kuroki just diving completely here.
He sure is, and he's be able to hit the stun. Miracle now with the focus fire into the power shot, but he's going to backtrack here. Toronto Tokyo has come to play with the Astral Step. Despite being a level behind, Miracle going to drop to the Void Spirit. So nice rotation from Toronto Tokyo.
And then ILTW, it's a similar situation to the Lifestealer game where he's just forced into the jungle on a hero that doesn't really want to do that.
Yeah.
It is tough.
He's going for Orb of Corrosion. Does that surprise you at all? That means he just wants to fight.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I guess because of the fact that the Sven can flash farm so quickly compared to all of the heroes on your team, he knows that he needs to be active and actually take towers and limit the Sven's map. So, yeah, I mean, it's a tough situation to be in, but I don't think Ursa, like, what else are you going to do? This hero's picked the fight, so you don't get Battle Fury and farm anymore in Ursa.
Yeah, I mean, that kill on Miracle was a pretty big deal, though, because Miracle was definitely ahead of Toronto Tokyo at that point, but now if you look at the net worth, all 3 cores for TSpirit. I know it's still relatively early on, but this is a very good start for them overall.
Oh, this is nice.
Spear onto the Sven here, and yeah, ILTW's right clicks are going to hurt a lot when you can get a few of them in succession, but there's the Mars Arena to help out as well. Another couple right clicks, the power shot is enough to take out the Sven. It looks like Vaposhka is next on the list, and the focus fire to follow from Miracle, but the Spike Carapace is going to hold him in place. Mira, the Spear actually does connect, but not into a tree, as a focus fire into the power shot again. So double kill for Miracle. We're talking about he fell behind just slightly, but right back in the game again.
Yeah, you can see exactly what Nigma's trying to do here. They know
Dire's
that
middle
they're not
tower
going to
is under
outfarm
attack.
this TSpirit lineup. They need to fight, so they're going for fighting items. They're being really aggressive. They're using Mind Control Strength because he's super huge right now. Well, he's the strongest of the cores to get Miracle back into the game. It looked like they were trying to give ILTW the kill on the Ursa there, but unfortunately, sometimes it just doesn't work out like that.
Yeah, Miracle now with the Javelin, so we'll likely finish up the Maelstrom. Although we've seen the Javelin into Boots of Travel, depending on how the game is going, and then Maelstrom a little later. We'll see what he
Dire's
ends up
top
choosing here as Mira
tower is under attack.
gets hit by Carapace, so cancels
Dire's
out the dive here from
structures
GH,
are
who's level
fortified.
4 right now, but I'm sure he's going to find anything else here, as there's a tier 2 tower
Radiant
still
are scanning.
close by for TP support. But the tier 1
Radiant
tower,
structures are
with the
fortified.
Yataro's his God
Radiant's
Strength now
bottom
going to
tower
work on
is
it.
under attack.
Yeah, really nice rotation. Exact same thing on the other side, where you have this offlaner that's absolutely popping off and just super huge. So you bring the carry to their lane, and instead of
Dire's
getting any
top tower
kills, Sven
is
is better
under
here at
attack.
taking towers, so you just take the tower.
So that'll be a free tier 1 for
Radiant's
TSpirit.
bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, I think it's just too hard to fight into the Viper at the moment with any of these heroes.
GH, another Spike Carapace is going to hold him in place. He got most of the dive off, but yeah, that's just too much damage from Viper. So we're going to see the Astral Step from Toronto Tokyo trying to kite around a little bit, but the Earth Spike is there from Kuroki. Trying to go in. The Aether Remnant does connect, so this should be a kill onto the support. So another kill for Toronto Tokyo. He is off to a very good start.
Oh, Mind Control.
Yeah. Impale into the Stormhammer, but Miracle's here with the Focus Fire. Spike Carapace is going to hold him in place just for now, but you have to think this will be a death for the Nyx Assassin. But Collapse is here. He has the Nether Toxin on the other side of the arena, though, very nicely placed. Puts the Nether Toxin next to Yataro, but Yataro is extremely low. The Centaur actually stops too, but Miracle able to take out the Sven in quick succession. It's a 2-for-1 to start things out. Collapse now. I mean, the Viper is the hero you do not want to fight right now, but that Mars ult was unbelievably good.
Yeah, that was sick. That was sick. Using the projectile blocking from the ult to prevent the Viper, who is a problem from doing anything in that fight.
And now double damage for Miracle. Still a level behind Toronto Tokyo right now. Mira has that level 6, so Vendetta is up. Gets it off on Kuroki along with the Impale, and Toronto Tokyo just finishes him off. And laughs maniacally.
Yes, of course. I think the supports dying, not that big of a deal. The Sven dying, way bigger of a deal right now, I think. This is exactly why you see Vipers go for this Boots of Travel, is because you just get kited in fights. Like, you're so damn slow. Oh, he's not actually going for it.
Has the Atos and Urn, as you mentioned earlier.
Hood,
We're going for
Ghost
Hood.
Scepter. I see.
The Ghost Scepter. That is,
Windranger, Ursa. I mean, that makes sense against these heroes. Like, they're all of the damage on the Nigma side, so...
Wait, do you ever upgrade that to E-Blade?
Yeah, sure, I think so. Especially if you go for the talent for the Viper ult.
Okay.
It's a ton
Amplify
of damage.
that damage?
Yeah, it's a lot of damage.
Kind of cool. Feels like a kind of a Topson build almost. Obviously the off lane this time, but
Yeah.
I mean, anytime I see E-Blade on a weird hero, it's a Topson build, I guess. But Yataro having a nice time in the triangle now, as he is second net worth overall, and only his team. Oh, my Miracle's there. But Atos does connect into the Aether Remnant. They have a lot of setup for that now. Into the Impale and the Astral Step into the Simulate as well. But the Mars ult comes out into the Spear. Finger that's not quite enough, but Rebuke is there to finish off the Void Spirit. Now Viper collapsed, trying to get at least one kill out of this. Did find the Windrunner though earlier, so 3-for-1 as he takes a tumble, and now Miposhka getting chased by Nigma ILTW Jenkins. So a nice fight for Nigma despite losing their mid. Don't think they have enough to take out this tier 1 tower though.
No, they don't have good tower damage, with the Windranger being dead especially, but yeah, Nigma was just expecting that. They were literally all there, expecting like, okay, if this guy's sitting in Vision with like an Atos, they're just, you know, they're gonna commit here with the Void Spirit. And they had the Rock as well, so amazing Mars ult again, once again, from Mind Control. Like, he's really carrying this game with his, he's kind of like sacrificing himself to do it, but that is naturally what happens with this Mars hero.
Radiant's courier has been
Mask of
killed.
Madness on Yataro. So going for it looks like the Echo Saber next, and obviously can take apart that Mask of Madness later if he really wants to, into the Satanic at the very least. Although I guess Butterfly is not really a thing on Sven. Actually, what do you do on Sven when you get to that stage? Do you even take apart the Mask? See Mind Control with the Rebuke, but so much magic damage, and Viper obviously a pretty good counter to that here overall.
Definitely take apart the mask, you know, like Bloodthorn, I think.
Oh yeah, it's true. Bloodthorn's pretty good. And Kuroki trying to catch up here. Miracle not able to find the gap close there. So he does have the Maelstrom. We'll be going for, I believe, a BKB next. And we've seen Yotaro's, well, I don't know. Like, for Miracle, he just needs to stay alive, it feels like. Like, they have good lockdown, they have good teamfight. We have yet to see only one Chaotic Offering so far as the Impale does connect into the Fatal Bonds. They don't have any really Dispel either for the Fatal Bonds, so it feels like Warlock has just fallen off a cliff ever since the Shard was
Radiant are scanning.
like kind of tweaked, right?
It's not.
We saw him so much early on.
I don't even think that it's the. I don't even think that it's the nerfs to this hero that make him that have made him fall off. It's the fact that everybody's picking these like crazy group fighters. If you're group fighting into Mars Phoenix, we saw the egg, how great it was against the Warlock ulti counter initiate.
Got Mind Control trying to set something up here. We'll find the Mars Arena Spear combo, and that is going to be a quick kill onto Mira. And the egg is actually used, a nice shackle onto Collapse. This likely will give Nigma another kill in this fight, and perhaps they can turn this into a tier 1 mid.
Under attack.
I mean, if Nigma keeps doing this, just taking these like random engagements right in front of the Roche pit, there is an Ursa. It's fairly easy for them to just take that for free.
Yeah, true.
Once he feels strong enough. Right now, he's kind of in a mode where he's just trying to catch up because his landing stage was so rough against the Viper. But he's getting back up there. I mean, he's almost surpassed the Viper in net worth.
Yeah, he's definitely made a pretty big... I mean, the space being created by Miracle and company definitely helps quite a bit for that. Just a Robe of Magi away. Getting that diffuse. I mean, oh, he got the Possessed Mask.
He did, yeah.
He doesn't need Morbid Mask anymore. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that'll save some time and some inventory space for later, although he might still get one anyway. Huh?
You, unironically, need to be more concerned about Roche if you see an Ursa that gets this item.
Yeah.
You actually have to be like, all right, guys, he's going to sneak some Roche.
Yeah, absolutely.
What position?
Vendetta. Miracle. I think he did see it with that Sentry. Yeah, they definitely see him right now. Spotting it out here. Kuroki's going to get initiated on, but going to get the stun out before the Impale actually connects, and they're going to be able to delete the Nyx Assassin right off the bat. Miracle's going to take a solo Chaotic Offering. In the meantime, Toronto Tokyo getting chased by the majority of Nigma, but it feels like this fight just broken up now. Not the Chaotic Offering you're looking for.
Yeah, Miracle just TP'd out. As soon as the Chaotic Offering came out, he knew that the Atos was down as well, so pretty easy way to just waste that ability. Nice timing.
Yeah, good to simulate to start things out. Aether Remnant as well, and I think he's good to go now. I mean, what do you buy now on Void Spirit? Is it an Ags game with the silence?
Yeah, probably an Ags. I mean, it's annoying for Lion or Phoenix to get any Dispel for that. Even Phoenix, like if you Yules yourself, you're just setting up to die afterwards to some, Nyx stun or something like that. So Ags is a great item.
Yeah, Miposhka is going to scout this out. This Roche attempt. I think it's going to be more than an attempt, as ILTW is able to take it out along with the Aegis. And it's 16 minutes, maybe a little bit later than usual that we're seeing these days with Ursa, but considering his start, you have to be really happy if you're Nigma right now.
Dire are scanning.
Yeah, and they don't really have any great tower push, so this Catapult being alive, pretty nice. They can possibly take this tier 1 finally with that. We'll see though. If it does die, then yeah, it might die to the Fatal Bonds. But the tower's low enough.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, they have the Orb of Corrosion as well, so that'll help bring it down a little bit faster. And of course, without Chaotic Offering, there's not that much team fight from Spirit, really. That's the biggest thing they have to use, and it obviously has a biggest long cooldown.
Did you see the range on that defusal? What was that?
I did not.
It was like...
And looking at an instant replay on the post-panel analysis is Mars takes the brunt of the damage from the Vendetta. You see the Atos being used to try to protect his teammate, but he's going to get chased himself. Collapse with the spear. Not able to connect onto a tree, but the shackle shot into the focus fire is more than enough as Miracle absolutely dominating now. They're going to find Toronto Tokyo potentially. Has to dissimulate and the Astral Step to get out. Getting chased continually, but finally the Aether Remnant does connect onto IL2W, so looks like that'll break things up. I feel like Nigma in these like little engagements are just coming out ahead like every single time just by a bit, if not more.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not entirely sure what happened with the Nyx there. I mean, the Viper he was way out of position, right? He was like getting chased by the Windranger, but then Nyx just dies to the Ursa Diffusal, I guess. They're just so afraid of this Aegis that Team Spirit's not even interested in fighting.
Yeah, Mind Control. Looks like he's found by Yotaro, and he's going to pop his ult just for that kill, more than enough to take him out. What are your thoughts on, okay, Possessed Mask on Ursa, right? How long do you keep that? Like, what tier items, on average,
3.
would you replace it?
3.
So you keep it through 2?
Yeah, maybe like 2.6.
I mean, so there's nothing in 2 that you would want over a Possessed Mask? I mean,
Not much.
I don't think so either. Like,
not much.
Tier 3 is when the other lifesteal comes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well then, yeah, tier 3 is the
I feel like when that is a thing, you know the item may be a little bit too strong.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, Fairy's Trinket is definitely worth possessing.
Although that is very specific heroes. I feel like lifesteal is a little bit more general.
Every carry. Every carry.
Yeah, the Fairy Trinket on Storm Spirit is easily the #1, though. All right, Miracle. Almost done with his BKB, just a recipe away. I mean, this game, in terms of the net worth, still very even. A lot of it is on the back of this Sven, who is pretty freaking giant. 2,000 net worth advantage right now.
Yeah, when he gets to like 6 items, I think that it's really good against the Nigma lineup.
Oh, really? He only needs 6 items.
Okay, hear me out on this. So here's the thing with Sven. The Aghanims is garbage now.
Yeah.
But the Aghanims, I think it's the Ag Shard lets you dispel.
Yeah.
So when you do get the Aghanims and Ag Shard eventually, and you get to that late game, you're good against the Ursa and the Windranger, because you purge the Ursa's W and then you purge the Windranger's
Does the
Windranger.
Ags count as the 6th item, or is that after you've eaten it and you have 6 other items?
I would say that counts. That counts.
Okay, so you need 5 items and Ags.
When you get 7 items, then Nigma's of course going to win with the timing.
Nigma will win?
Yes, of course.
Okay, that makes no sense. Thank you. Hey, is the Axe really that bad? I saw it picked up the other day. Like, it depends on the lineup if you don't have enough
Dude, it's terrible.
initiation or gap close and whatnot.
It doesn't attack anymore. It's literally just
but you have the Echo Saber. You're gonna get off 2 attacks anyway. Like, I understand it's been nerfed. I don't think it's like unbuyable.
The insta burst I think was really important. I think that was really important with this Sven hero. The blink build just feels so much better. I'd almost rather like some MKB to deal with the Windranger than to go for some like Ag build.
Okay. See a smoke here from Nigma. ILTW ready to go. Still has that Aegis for another 50 seconds, so this will be a good little burst fight. As long as they can time it correctly. Obviously, Spirit probably aware that Nigma wants to try something right now, although Yotaro just left his triangle to be a huge kill.
Yeah,
no BKB quite yet on Ursa.
This is exactly who they're going for. Yotaro just has not been pressured at all.
Oh, they actually wrap back around, so the Nyx Assassin might be the target instead. And if you're Spirit, this is best case scenario. I mean, the Aegis really wasn't super impactful.
I'm dead.
Yeah, you're cool with that. I mean, Nyx Assassin also.
Hey, that's a Team Secret line. Very nice.
Yeah.
Nobody has their own packs.
Just not good taste to be spamming your own pack, is it?
Radiant's middle tower is under
Well, if
attack.
that's the case, then I'm the biggest narcissist in the world, Jenkins.
Yes.
And maybe you as well. You are the coach of Arkosh after all. But here's the Mars ult into absolutely nothing. Mind control. Yeah, that is it's gonna be some long ass TPs. They're gonna find the Yules. Okay. Onto Collapse. So this looks to be the sacrificial lamb of Team Spirit. Of course, the Aegis is now gone, but still, net worth wise, Sven is carrying the load right now for Team Spirit.
Man.
As long as he doesn't die.
Collapse has fallen off hard in this
I mean,
game.
that kind of feels like what Viper does, though, right?
Yeah,
a lot of the time.
That is correct.
It's still a good hero. Like, you still have the Nether Toxin against the Mars, which doesn't matter how big Mars gets. Obviously, the BKB is a big counter to that, but eventually it'll dwindle down. You can burst him down pretty easily.
Okay,
Oh,
mind control.
That is a dust. Spike Carapace has already been used as well, and mind control being set up for yet another spear. All right, I said this to Synderen the other day, and I want you to tell me if you agree.
I'm dead.
We watched a lot of Mars in NA, and they were absolute dog shit. All the Marses I've seen in every other region have been god tier. Do you agree with that?
I don't know what it is about
I don't know either. They're so bad in NA. It's crazy. Stop picking Mars in NA. But there are other heroes they're better with, right? So it evens out. I don't know what it is, though. Maybe it's
No
pink.
idea.
It could be pink.
Maybe. I mean, Mars does seem good on no ping, actually.
Yeah.
Not the team, of course. Well, actually, they do play. Oscar's quite the Mars player, but
Yeah, true. Yotaro now level 18, has the BKB Mask of Madness. Echo Saber combo is actually going for the shard. I don't know if he's going to get it right away. The Blink Dagger is probably going to take priority.
So he's going shard, but without committing to like the full old Ags build.
All right. I mean, shard is great not only for the Yule Scepter to dispel that, but for the overpower on the Ursa, and obviously the Wind Run. Like, there's a lot of things you can take off. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah, it's really good. Ghost Scepters are eventually going to come out for these supports too. everything is on Yatara right now to carry this game.
This would be a huge kill. He pops the BKB just in time, so dodges the spear. Not really doing that much damage, and finally pops his ult, and now reinforcements have arrived. Impale into the backside of Mars and into the Chaotic Offering as well. They delete the mind control from the game right now as ILTW pops his ult and just rips through Sven. Doesn't matter about the net worth advantage that he has. That is Ursa at his best, but now he's in a little bit of trouble. The egg is going to try to protect, but the Assimilate should be enough to get the kill. It's a double kill for Toronto Tokyo. Exit does go off successfully, and it looks like Nigma, despite losing Ursa, will be winning this fight. Oh, don't find the Nyx though, so it is a 3 for 2. But the Sven is by far the biggest skill in the game.
Right, so both ways, you basically have this team fight that develops where, like, if Taro gets gone on, everything is committed for him, and then Team Spirit just says, well, okay, if you guys have committed everything for our Sven, we're going to come in and kill you afterwards. And you can see that Nigma identified that. They had nothing left in the tank, and so they tried to run away. Unfortunately, ILTW goes down, but Miracle comes in and cleans up.
Look at that pathetic talent for Lion.
Which one?
So 70 attack damage, pretty nice.
Yes, of course.
15 move speed. Are you kidding me?
To be fair.
Are you kidding me?
To be fair, he is one of the exclusive heroes that gets a move speed talent at level 10.
It's 15.
I mean, 70 damage is
You're not amplifying with a Yasha or anything. Like, you're not getting anything on Lion to amplify. It's 15 stat.
It does effectively double his damage too, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like he's going right click by any means, but...
I mean, both of these are kind of garbage for...
I know, but one looks cooler than the other.
Yeah.
You don't feel good taking 15 moves.
No, you don't. Jesus. No, you don't.
All right, we have a smoke here from Team Spirit. God's Strength not quite up yet. Vendetta about to come back as well. And, I mean, Chaotic Offering's still on cooldown for a bit, so do they actually want to fight this? Miracle is going to find his way. There's the blade with BKB instantly into the focus fire as well, and reinforcements have arrived again. Viper Strike applied as well, but their Sven is going to drop at the beginning of this fight. 2 dead in the blink of an eye in favor of Team Nigma, and Collapse looks to be next. Nigma were absolutely ready for this, and they absolutely crushed them in this fight.
Really good team comms, whoever called that out from Nigma, going on the Sven and just like popping everything for him, because I think if Miracle BKBs and they don't kill the Sven right then and there, Miracle dies immediately after, and then the fight might go a totally different way for Spirit. So the fact that Mind Control and Miracle were on the same page is absolutely why they won that fight.
Radiant's middle tower.
I mean, Sven wasn't even able to get off his ult, although he didn't have it at the very beginning, so I don't know if it came back like during that engagement. And obviously Chaotic Offering, it's not even up yet.
And that was a bit of a long shot, wasn't it? I mean, no Warlock ulti, they didn't pop the Sven ulti, they had no vision that they were smoking to.
It felt kind of desperate for some reason. They weren't that far behind.
It was even. It was dead even.
Well,
now they're behind.
I don't know about dead. It wasn't a 6K net worth fight, was it? I think they were down by like 2K probably. I mean, it's significant change though. See, look at that. Beautiful.
Yeah.
And this is going to be the second Roshan of the game. Now, Team Spirit are back up, and they have ults, but the problem is this is against an Ursa who will just rip right through this Rosh. They're trying to make a move, but will they get here in time? This is the shard, which will undoubtedly go to the Ursa, one of the best shards in the game by far. Yeah, but that's a beautiful shackle shot into the egg as well, just to protect them in case. Finger of Death as well, and Sven is going to die again without using his ult or BKB or anything. Yikes. So second Rosh goes to Team Nigma. ILTW sporting that Aegis and the Shard, which, for those that don't know, anytime you use your beautiful Earthshock, you get Enrage for a 1.5 seconds. And it also reduces the cooldown of Earthshock as well. That is a 5 Shard. For sure.
I know.
For sure.
I know.
I need to make a list. I'll do it after this event. As Miracle, they should be able to get this tier 2 for free, basically. He's going towards an MKB now. That's when he's going to go really hard. They're going to try. They have the Margles. Miracle's in quite a bit of trouble. The Chaotic Offering is placed right in the middle of him. He might tick out as he just exits the Mars Arena. Finally does drop to the DOT. It'll be a trade for 2 more heroes, though. Yikes. This is... yeah, Nigma are still rolling over them despite losing Miracle. LTW getting kited by the Viper. He's dropped up considerably in terms of the farm. He's going to go Scepter himself, but they're really focusing on the Void Spirit instead. The cheese is popped in the meantime. Yule Scepter to buy a little bit of time into the actual step as the Aeon Disc does proc for GH. ILTW still rampaging across the map on Collapse on the other side.
Dire's
That-
Like, that's going to be the end of it.
That was an interesting choice. I mean, I suppose because the Windranger BKB was down, they thought, okay, maybe we can get some quick pick and then just get out. But Toronto Tokyo actually gets a kill on the Phoenix. Okay. I mean, that's huge. That's a solo kill. Look how much gold he got for that.
That is quite a bit of gold for a support, no doubt. He'll definitely take it at this point. I mean, you're down 10k now. And the real issue is, I mean, I have to say, Yatara has played really well, and then as of a couple minutes ago, he's got caught out a couple times where he wasn't able to really use anything. And that's their, like, look at the net worth. I mean, he was on top of the entire world a minute ago. And if he's not doing anything in the fights, you're just going to lose. It's pretty much as simple as that.
It seems to be a problem that this Sven hero wants to man fight, and then Windranger and Ursa are probably the two best man fighting carries in the entire game. Like, they will literally just press their attack speed thing on you and then kill you from full to zero every single time, as long as the Sven is disabled.
Dire are scanning.
If you had an Aghanim Scepter, though.
Absolutely, you are immune.
That would have made a huge difference.
You are immune while flying through the air.
Yeah.
So for a brief moment, you are not going to die.
That could make all the difference
It absolutely
at this level
could.
of play.
Yes.
Well, at this point, what is the plan for Spirit? You've given up all these, like, the two Roshans now. You need to kind of wait this out, the 2 minutes. Like, I don't know how you fight without Chaotic Offering again. What's the plan from their perspective?
You just got to get pickoffs, man. I mean, you've missed your Sven's timing, where you're supposed to have this, like, 1 or 2 items up on the Ursa, because Sven flash farms and Ursa doesn't. So you've missed that, and I don't think Sven's a great rapier hero. So there's really no late game scenario other than pickoffs that need to happen. Somebody sitting in a side lane that shouldn't be there, split push, you know, kill Miracle when he's not expecting it, something like that.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So that's going to be a tier 2 tower taken out by Nigma.
Dire's top tower.
And I
Radiant's
believe, I mean, the
bottom
tier 2 tower is taking
fallen.
damage top from creeps, but they should be able to TP if they really want to save it. Not really any hero near for Team Spirit. Still in minute 20, and obviously Team Spirit's going to be playing a lot more passive while this Aegis is still up. Now the question is, does Nigma want to try to force high ground here? It doesn't look like it, as ILTW is going to just TP top to defend.
That's one saving grace, I think, for Spirit, is that there aren't really great tower damage heroes on Nigma. If you commit your ult on Windranger to the tower, then you just can't fight for Nigma. Like, the Windranger's too important, Miracle's too important for these fights. So there's really no tower pressure here whatsoever. So they have to kill all 5 to take high ground. It looks like that's what they're going to try to do.
Hey, you got the Paladin Sword. So an upgrade to his tier 1 neutral item.
Really?
How nice.
Does he still have that?
I don't know, actually. We'll see Ursa in a very
Let's see how dumb we are.
few seconds here. I mean, you have access to the game.
I do, actually. That is true.
Why don't you take, you haven't touched it one time. What's the point of you
He
being
has
in the lobby?
he has the Titan Sliver. That is correct.
Okay. That might be better, actually. I don't know.
It turns out there have been tier 3 items for quite some time here now.
Yeah, well, with only 20 seconds to go on the Aegis, they'll use it to get at least the tier 1, if not the tier 2 in the top. Actually gonna smoke it up now. They can find a pick here, as that's a dive for GH, but that's gonna be a blink out quickly from Mira.
Very nice. Mira's been doing an amazing job this game at tanking these smokes, tanking these ganks. Sometimes dying, but this time with the blink dagger, actually able to get out.
Aegis goes bye-bye. But map control, other than that tier 2 top, is in firm control of Nigma right now. I mean, they're 11k network lead. It's not insurmountable. I feel like one fight with Fatal Bond, Sven just going ham, and, you know, the Void Spirit kind of being a little chaotic.
Okay, maybe this is the fight.
Yeah, that Chaotic Offering into the God Strength as well. That is a dead Miracle. That is exactly what they need on Team Spirit. And the Mind Control comes out as well, but not able to find anybody. Yatara just BKB TPs. Very nicely done.
Yeah, you're totally okay with this.
Oh, he got this again?
He did, yeah. He did.
Kuroki, will he be able to stall enough? Oh yeah, this is a dead Warlock. He wants to finger. Needs the stacks though. You gotta make sure. Oh, never mind. And back to the BKB.
It's the dumbest looking
Mana
thing.
drain. Yeah, it's pretty. Ugh.
It's ridiculously good though, actually. It's so annoying dealing with a Lion. It's like you have to commit all your physical damage guys to kill him if you... Nobody wants to do that with a Lion.
Yeah, that's true.
Why is he BKB'd? Somebody explain to me why my 5 position's yellow.
I mean, it's really nice that with this patch specifically, or I guess in the last year, supports have just been a lot richer than in the past. Like everybody's been they're getting more items faster, and I think it just makes the game so much more enjoyable. You don't really have this hero that just has literally nothing.
Yeah.
Like brown boots wards or something like that. So Mira, he got a little hasty here, but he's kind of surrounded for now. He gets the spike carapace off, but he's been put in a horrendous position. KuroKy doesn't have his finger of death, sadly. To get more stacks on top of that.
I like that Mira's actually looking for stuff, though. You know, not just accepting the fact that they're like stuck in their base, not accepting the fact that Nigma has full control of the map. Like this bottom play was set up by his scouting, where they actually killed Miracle, and you can see now Miracle is playing very scared compared to how he was playing before.
Yeah, Mind Controller just finding picks left, right, and center, and Kuro is still no Finger of Death yet, man. Really need that Aghanim Scepter to reduce that cooldown.
It's so important for 5-position line.
I mean, he got Shard. It's only natural.
That's true.
Warlock doesn't even have a neutral item. What is this? There's got to be something for him. Oh wait, he does now. That was a bug.
Maybe
Looks like
it
the
out.
Void. Either way, we have another smoke here from Nigma. 10k net worth lead. Roshan, we won't know for another 30 seconds when that will spawn. I mean, that's going to be, this is going to be the first third Rosh we've seen today, I believe. At least from you and I casting. So that'll be either an Ags or a Refresher Shard, which obviously have huge impact on the game. Toronto Tokyo KuroKy with the instant Hex. And the burst damage from ILTW is redonkulous.
There's no surviving that at all. The only thing is an Eon Disc, which, by the way, actually 2 people on Nigma have the Eon Discs on both the supports.
Man, KuroKy's so farmed.
Scanning.
The heck?
It looks a lot more than it is, just because this Eon Disc has been, the cost of it has been reduced so many goddamn times that
true.
it looks like Nigma, actually in the previous game, they literally had 4 of them. 4.
Really?
So, yeah, they have 4. So it looks like they just think this is a god tier item. And you can see, actually, Toronto Tokyo is building one right now. He's got the recipe in his backpack. So, yeah, I mean, it seems like a really solid item in general.
I mean, I know it's not directly related, but all the nerfs to the status resist from Sage-related items, maybe that has something to do with people wanting to pick this item up more.
That's definitely related.
I mean, it's been nerfed like literally 3 times in a row.
Yeah, it's like it's an alternative for, and there's another one. They have 3 now on Nigma.
Getting out of control.
Oh,
on this party. We have the E-Blade now on collapse, by the way.
Okay, so he has the spider legs. That's why he has no boots right now.
Yeah, spider legs are another one of those. Did they get rid of all the boots for tier 5, or is it the force boots are still there? Do you remember? Because right now,
there's force boots and the tree boots.
No,
still.
the tree boots are gone.
Oh, they're gone?
Yeah, I think they deleted them, didn't they?
All right, let me open the shop.
Yeah, you have to double check on that one, big boy. But that's another one where like slots become even more important. Like getting rid of boots.
Oh, you're right. The tree boots are gone.
Is crazy.
For Book of Shadows, for God's
Book
sake.
of Shadows. I feel like Book of Shadows is a bit underrated, to be fair. We're going to see a Margold come out. Dissimulate to try to get out with a shackle shot onto 2. Miracle is destroying everybody inside this Margold. And Itaro has to 1v5, it feels like, but won't be able to even get 1. And that is 3 dead immediately. Collapse looks to be next. Mind Control has been setting up everything, it feels like. Both him and KuroKy have just been all over the map. They've been playing out of their minds. And Roche is up, so we'll see if they prioritize that or obviously get rid of these buybacks. I mean, Sven has already used his ult, so even if he buys back, it's not really that significant.
Oh, just going right in.
Yeah. E-Blade into the egg. Nice spear into the barracks here as well. Looks like the egg will go off right in the center of Viper's face. And he will drop as a result, so.
That's a dieback. I mean, it's a weird situation because you don't want to buy back like... You don't want to buy back on the Sven, because if you buy back and then die, even if you buy back, you probably just lose.
I mean, he has no ult.
Exactly, but that's the thing, is like, but you're also letting your Viper die back right now, so Nigma has total control. Whatever they want to do, they can do. They can do these crazy dives if they want.
Yeah, that's true.
Because the Sven ult is down.
So dieback on Viper, which means more damage will be applied to these buildings, and of course, keep in mind that once they back up, they can probably just get rushed for free as well. Nigma on the doorstep of a 2-0 series. They've looked very good today, despite, you know, that one off game, I guess you could call it. This is going to be a double lane Rax for the most part.
Another game, they have 4 Eon Discs, and then ILTW, who's just status resistance.
I mean, if you got an Aeon disc on Ursa, then that's when you know it's broken.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously there's the Sven. You want to not just get insta-bursted by this hero. It's a Sven counter. But they did it last game, and I really do think that just with the cost of this item being so low and it being so effective, like 3,000 gold, that's all it costs.
Right.
That's insanely cheap for what it does.
They're entering. Oh, it's an Aghanim Scepter. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Who do you give it to?
I mean, Ursa seems nuts. There's nothing. There's no silence. So
Yeah.
just to enrage and
So it lowers it to 18 seconds if memory serves, and you can use enrage while
stunned.
stunned,
Radiant
which is
are scanning.
quite good.
It's like the Sven
I mean,
combo.
Windranger gets the double win range.
Yeah, that is pretty nuts.
It is pretty good, and you break the speed limit as well.
No, it doesn't do that anymore.
Oh, that's right.
Now,
Got rid of all
now
of
gives you
those.
passive evasion, I think.
Oh, yeah. It's like 30% evasion. That's right. All right. This is probably the last fight from TSpirit. Oh, jumps in. Do they actually get... They snatch down Aegis on Toronto, Tokyo. That's going to be pretty big with a Mars ult onto several heroes. The egg on the outside, and that is a shard on the Phoenix. As Yataro's able to delete at least one hero. That's Miracle. Has to buy back into the game. Mind control pops the BKB. Now they're completely surrounding Yataro. Do they have enough damage to actually take him out? Miracle, this will be a dieback if they take him. But no, they finally find the Sven in the trees. And this is looking like Nigma are going to clean up 2-0. Despite the nice steal from Toronto, Tokyo. Just not enough in the tank. Poshka.
What do you
running around and yeah,
what do you do as a warlock? Yeah.
There's only so much you can do. You've expended everything.
Life is just pathetic as a position 5
I'm not sure if he
support.
took the Aegis or obviously he took the Aegis, but I'm not sure he took the Ags and Cheese. Find out very shortly. That is a dieback on Miracle.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Now the question is, can they push Mira? Oh, okay. Yeah, mana draining in now. Mind control with the Ursa right click is more than enough. So they can't get megas without this tier 2 top, and it's just been pushed out by the Void Spirit.
Well, they do a buyback to Amira, so this is actually a 3v3. You do have to be a little careful if you're Nigma here.
Yeah, they know, of course, Sven has already used ult, so even if he did have buyback, wouldn't be the most potent here to go up against. Toronto took it, trying his best to take out Kurogi. Does so successfully with the help of Mira. And with this, I believe Nigma are just going to GTFO. ILTW BKB TPs will be successful. Still 3.5 minutes on the Aegis for Toronto Tokyo. So they've done a really good job of delaying this game. But the question is, can they get this Wombo combo to work in the fights, like perfectly executed to be able to take a fight where they know that Miracle has diebacked? That's a big deal. They took Ags on, the Windranger. Okay.
Okay, so that's a big reason why the network looks so crazy right now for Nigma is that Ags. All of these items from the Roche. So yeah, I mean, definitely TSpirit has a chance here. If Miracle is out of position, well, actually, maybe I don't.
ILTW is very tanky. They're going to open it up on him with that ult from Sven. They're bursting him down pretty nice, but there's a Satanic. You can't do anything about that. Deletes the Sven. Nyx is next on the list. And now collapses. Well, he's collapsed upon Jenkins. Great pun, I know, but that is a yikes. So now, Miracle's going to come back in 20 seconds, and they should be able to finish this game. Unless some buybacks are coming off cooldown here. But Toronto, Tokyo, I mean, he still has Aegis. We have a Phoenix Refresher, for God's sake. Good lord, he's farmed. GH.
I like the play that Spirit was trying to go for there, just knowing that Miracle has no buyback, catching them out in the triangle. It's just, ILTW is so damn tanky, man. Even without the Aghanim Scepter to purge off the stuns, you turn around with the Satanic. I mean, that Sven melted, man. It's a good matchup.
Looks like they're just going to go for Throne. Still that tier 2 standing top. And as you can see, there are absolutely no buybacks right now for TSpirit. So this should... Oh, Toronto Tokyo. I mean, this Aghanim Scepter is really good to get the double. Okay, he might be in trouble, though. That's the Yules into the Impale. GH, the percentage-based damage, but the Andus is going to proc, but then the Shackle Shot comes after. Using Astro Step to try to get out of dodge. He still has the Aegis, so doesn't really care that much about dying once, but if he dies a second time, it's going to be a big issue. On the cliff, do they have vision? They do, and the Hex cancels the TP, and now, now he's in trouble. He has a Dissimilate in a couple seconds, but the Mars ult comes out. Oh, Dual Scepter, and a dodge the Spear, very nicely done. Dissimilate to follow. Just finds the outside of the arena. Man, he is so annoying to deal with. But they have so many disables to take him out, and they'll do so pretty quickly here. Finger of Death finishes him off, buys back into the game, but that bought enough time for Sven to be back up, and I believe his ult is coming back very shortly as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what he was trying to do. He's trying to cut the wave, right? He's delaying the game, and so if Nigma chases him like that, it's like, okay, well, either way, I'm delaying the game. I think they're pretty happy with that, given the state of things.
Yeah, double damage on Miracle bottled up, so that is going to be a very powerful focus fire to come very shortly, as they're going to smoke up again. And this is likely going to be the last fight unless, I mean, they get that dieback kill onto Miracle. This could change things. Oh, chaotic offering already used onto a couple here. As Mapochka just wants to blow his load before he actually drops here. There's the impale. Gonna find the voice spray. This will be a dieback if they find him, and they will. That's 2 dead immediately to start things out. And GH already popped that refresher form. And there's the Mars Arena. Yatara's just gonna walk out with that BKB, but the damage from Miracle is just absurd with that double damage. And that's gonna be GG. So Nigma take this 2-0 in pretty convincing fashion.
Yeah, with the Eon discs, it's just too hard